Hello and welcome to this debrief. I hope we are all doing well and had a very good day. I've had an excellent day in the sunshine, but I am slightly in a bit of a weird headspace. I'm still waiting to see how my mum is. She's had an operation today. She had a knee operation, so I'm just waiting to get the confirmation to see how she got on. So if I have to go out early, I will do, so apologies for that. Evening, Happy Clappers. Evening, Bob123. Evening, Punk. Hey up, all right, and that, you changed your name again, haven't you? Pedro Diaz, hey up, mate. Come on, you blue and white with that. Great evening, Mr. G, SWFC. I'm not a legend, I'm just an idiot that speaks about when thing has a bit of a say. Evening, Robert. Evening, Jez. Evening, Tom. Evening, John, how are you? I hope you're good. Tom's a 70. Adam, evening. Evening, Barry, how are you? Hope we're all well. I have caught the sun today, as you can see. I am a little bit rednecky red. Oh, eek. Caught the sun a little bit, so yeah. But it is what it is. But I hope we're all doing well, and I hope everyone... That's not what I want to do. Whoops. Why's that still up? But I hope everyone's doing well. I am a little bit late to the party tonight because I was typically playing on my drums. Yeah, she'd had a knee operation, which she needed for some time, and she finally had it done. So we're just waiting to see what happens. But thank you, mate. I much appreciate that, Jez. If I've got my mum's knees, I'm screwed. But yeah, it was an interesting game in the weekend, wasn't it? We had the whole situation of we're not up, we're not down, we're here, there, and everywhere. We're Wednesday, aren't we? But we are in that weird situation where it just felt odd, but the end of the game was the weird bit for me where them going around, he saw players who may not play next season at the club, a manager that looked like it was his final hurrah and saying goodbye. And the game itself, I thought we played okay, but not brilliant. Ian George, how you doing, mate? But it was one of the ones where you look at it and you go, what happened next? And yeah, you felt like it was a little bit of it on the beat, but we're not used to that, John. We're actually, the last 2-3 seasons, we've not been used to being on the beach, because the last 3 seasons we've had we had stay up last season, relegation, and we had 2 playoff push. So we're not used to seeing that kind of situation where there's nothing to play for and nothing left to go for. So for us as fans, it was odd. And if you look at the table itself, you've got your 2 staples of the championship, your mid-table teams that people go, if you get there, you're good with. Bristol City on the verge of getting into playoffs. And you know what? Preston on the verge of possibly going out. Odds on half the players are going to Port Vale. Yeah, I can see that. I can see Smith, Whitway, Palmer all going there. 100% Barry, I can see that. So the Matt stats and didn't think it was that we had 18 Yeah, but that's us all season, Liam. That's us all season. All season we've had 18 shots and only 2 on target. That's what we've done all season. We usually been in the bunker. Yeah. Punk, you're so right. We seem to battle to the end of the season, so credit to Danny getting the safe and sound. Agree. Ian Lodo, how are you doing, mate? Also, saw a little, something you might have seen it, something you might not. I hit 3 million views, on the channel as a whole, so it's growing, which is good to see. I'd like to see Palmer captain on Saturday and Bo get some minutes. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice to see. But I think also you look at Palmer's situation in the summer, it felt very weird us having a testimonial during pre-season. It just felt odd. It's not the time where you would do a testimonial, especially when they're still here. So it's that whole thing. What's your thoughts on Daniel possibly staying his Chancery backs him? From the press, it sounds like he has an idea and his Chancery doesn't support. Yeah, it did sound that way. If Danny stays and there's a way of DC backing him, fantastic, great. I take it all day long. But again, that means we have to have a plan. It means there needs to be a plan. A plan needs to be had. You look at, like DJ just said, the squad will be looking very threadbare next season. You look at how many we got. It'll be interesting to see who we keep, who we don't. The rumours are that we've got an option on Josh. If that's the case, hopefully we have. Heath, Dave, maybe that's one. Ugbo hat-trick, I hope so, mate. I hope he just gets... I don't even want a hat-trick for him. I just want a goal for him, all right, and that. Just because no goals all season is not going to help. Ugbo winner, maybe. But I think for me, one of the things with Wednesday is you look at the goal we conceded. That's how we conceded all season as well. You look at the shots on target, the way we conceded. There's not many back. There's a really good clip versus QPR versus Burnley. And what you see is with it is that QPR are on the break and then suddenly a load of Burnley players swarm them. So it's interesting. Hopefully the first low ball bid as a snowball effect and get more coming. I agree, George. We'll talk about it in a minute because we have had a bid today. Well, bid over Easter wasn't thing. But it shows that people are looking now. It shows people are looking and seeing what's happening. Hard thing to do is to let 15 go and then 15 is staying quality. I agree. That'll be interesting. Everything hinges on whether Danny stays or not. Of course, the sick go too. Yeah, that's what I'm scared of. I'm very, very scared of a sick go too situation next season. From what I'm reading, the add-on to Josh's contract is up to Josh whether he activates. No, it's not. If there is an option on a player, it's never on the player. The player should never have to say it as an option. That I don't think that's the case. If it is that, we've done terrible business. You should not have it on the option of the player. If there's an option on a player, it should be on the club thing, not Josh. I don't like that idea. If that is the case, and Josh doesn't want to activate it, great. You go with my blessing. We say thank you for the memories. We thank him for the goal at the playoff final and for him staying and helping. But I don't like that at business. I don't like that at all. And the thing with Josh, you never know. He might be starting to look at doing his American journey because he got an American wife, they got a young daughter. Maybe it's time he wants to go put some roots down there. I think our makeshift defence over the last 2 games have been better than our actual defence. I agree. Some credit needed to Simon Joy, who's actually putting us in a shot window. Yeah, I agree. Hello, Eddie. How you doing, mate? Hope you well. Adam Biggs, really hope Plymouth get... I think Plymouth fall, but down, mate. Adam. If you look at the table, I don't think there's a way to do it. They need a miracle. I just don't see it. I generally don't see that miracle happening. We've done it, but I just don't see it. Too much to do. If you actually look at the table, it's insane how tight it is at the bottom. Thought on the awards last night, the goal that won goal of the season wasn't goal of the season. I don't even think it was that good of a goal. I think it got it on technique with how he hit it, but I thought I'm surprised, put it that way, that Josh didn't get it. I am very surprised Josh didn't get it. I kind of knew Joe Bellingham was going to win Young Player of the Season, kind of thing. Yeah, bro, successful season, mid-table safety, Plymouth down, and Blade making a hash of playoffs. We'll see with him. They kind of galvanised the playoff, but if he plays for another team, he'll probably get it. Not necessarily. I think he had a couple of chances at Wigan where he could have had a goal season and just didn't get it. But I think with us, it's very much now where whatever rebuild we do in the summer, it's going to be hard, especially if we don't know what the situation with money is or something. And again, I'll make this very clear. Nor should we know what budgets are. Like you look at the keeping situation. We've technically got Pierce Charles. Maybe that's it. Beadle going back. Palmer's out of contract. Matt Lowe, Bernard, Iorfa, they're all in contract. Valentine's out of contract. Awitway out of contract. Akin out of contract. Valerie in contract. Hattersley, we don't know. Otto we know is in a new contract. Then you go to midfield. Chalobah, Ingleson contract. Lowe contract. Bannon, Josh, Marv, Armstrong, Shea, all out of contract. So if none of them re-sign, you've got 3 midfielders. Forward line, Pato, Smith, Masaba, all out of contract. So it's a big rebuild. It's a big rebuild. The Mark Harris one was brilliant. If that one, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, same. But it is what it is. It's voted by other people. People voted it that thought it was different. So you just got to go with it, really. That's what they voted for. Josh will be annoyed that he thought he could have won it, but it is what it is. But you actually look at our team for next season. If some of these that don't get contract put in front of them, Jesus Christ. And also at the same time, how much a hash have we made by not letting some of these players go for fees? Like Smith, there was talk about a fee. Windass, there was talk of a fee. You look at things like that. There's been so much talk of fee. Johnson last season with Ipswich, talk of a fee. There's so much of like where you could have got money for players. It's interesting. Josh will smash one from 35 yards next game now. Yeah. This is why the club will never progress. We always have a huge influx of players signing and depart. Yeah, we do. It's all the time. We always have. But we also should have it, Liam, that at the end of the season, it shouldn't be right at the end of the season we're doing contracts. The moment we knew we were safe, we should have been sitting down and getting deals sorted. Like straight away, a deal should have been getting sorted there and then. But we don't do that. We always have a massive influx of players out and a massive influx of players in. So it's hard to keep those kind of baseline stuff. I feel for Shea, been brilliant, he deserves war. But I think for him, different club, he probably would have got it. Potentially, I think different club. If he was at another club, he probably would have got it. But going to get Jude Bellingham up there in the playoff situation. If we were playoffs, may have also looked and got it as well. Always, let me read that again. My brain not to. Always think to have a rebuild every summer. This time it's a massive one, but we need to keep a few of our outcomes and players to continuity. I agree. I think that's very true, and I think there is that whole thing where we keep having a lot of a rebuild each season. I think it's something I like to see us stop doing, but for whatever reason, we still do it. We still do it. And I'm surprised by Armstrong's deal. People saying you shouldn't be surprised and stuff like that. I was. I thought it was a little bit, it might have been a 1 year at least. Only to do 6 months. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of a 6-month deal. I think it very much screams short-term thinking again. Yeah, but I'd rather have Smith and Johnson this season and then low fees we might got for them water the bridge. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Jez. I get it. I understand it, but it is what it is. Paying a fee for Armstrong, only giving him a 6-month contract doesn't make sense anyway. No, it doesn't. Makes 0 sense. Especially since we paid for him. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we paid for him, George. We paid for him. To be fair, I think Smith versus Portsmouth strike should have been nominated. Agree. They need to do more. Goal because 3 ain't enough, in my opinion, at least 5. True. In your opinion, considering Vardy's link with Wrexham, Jake, have you not seen the situation with that, mate? Vardy come out this evening to Guy Fawkes. He doesn't want to drop below Premiership. So him going to a Championship squad is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He doesn't want to drop to the Championship. He wants to stay in the Premiership. So that's not going to happen. I had a Vardy video ready to go at 5 o'clock. And then just before 5, there was something on Guy Fawkes saying that Vardy does not want to drop to the Championship. So I don't think that's going to happen. Happy Monday, John. How are you, mate? Seems that all our John and Chimps are even worse than before. Yep. I'm surprised too, as Roy, I've decided moving halfway across the world for 6. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I really don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm not gonna believe anything that said from Football World, mate. I'm not gonna believe anything from Football World, and I haven't seen anywhere where Josh has said it's up to him. like officially from Cubs or the Star. Football League can be a bit shitty with how they report things. So I take them with a massive grain of salt, like I take Nixon with a grain of salt. I don't think it's up to him. I think it's up to club. I would not be comfortable with giving a option to a player instead of the club, especially since we let money go in the summer. So Vardy will be a free agent. Yeah, he's a free agent in the summer, but in September. But at the same time, he wants to stay in the Premier. I don't think we're getting it. Party level, not if he go to a team that goes up. If he goes up, and not if it's a team that's going up. I don't see Vardy being a starter at a Prem for any team. Maybe he could go to a Burnley. Leave Burnley, or if someone goes up, say Bristol or a Sunderland. The question would be, was the 6-month deal more on the club side wanting it, or was it on the player? True, could be, John. It could have been the player going, I'll see where you are in the summer. It could be, but I think it was more club-led than anything else, because it doesn't make no sense buying a player just for 6 months. I understand a 6 month deal if they're free, but not when you pay 500k. Not kind of how to. Vardy will go to either Leeds, Everton, or Burnley. Everton's a good shout. I shall be Al. Hey, mate. That's a fact. Vardy will be off to Saudi. He said he wants to stay in the Prem, and we'll see. I'll have a lot of people get it. The deals to make better signings in January. Could be. Or it could have been a case of Tom that he's signed him for 6 months just to keep Danny happy, and Danny doesn't know what the contract was. Kind of thing. I don't know. You got to remember, that period in January, we were a bit of a mess with it all. Do you think we're plugging... Oh, I've read that. If I were Vardy, I'd be going to higher bid it anywhere in the world. I get that. No, I get that. I understand that sentiment. I think you go wherever you can at 38 and go make more money as possible if you can keep going. Paying for a player is mad on a 6 month deal. We offered Hanley and that Korean lad back 6 month deal, which made sense. I did with 3. Exactly. That's my annoyance, John. I think we paid 500k, maybe a bit more for him. And it's a 6 month deal, apparently. I don't think Vardy was like Saudi. Yeah. Moyes will get the bet at Vardy. I think he'll be gone off the boil. I'm an owl, mate. Yeah, I think he's obviously found the stream and not realised the channel. We do Sheffield Wednesday stuff on there. I'm an owl. But signing of the window looked great for 20 seconds. I think there've been some gameplays look good, but I also think when he come in, we brought him in without any Oh, you're on about bloody Sicko. Sorry, Sicko. I didn't see that. I missed that bit. I think Sicko played 45 minutes as a whole. That's it. I think Sicko played in 45 minutes. And there was a rumor when we signed him, we got a buy-on clause with him or something like that. So we'll see. It's an interesting one, that Sicko one. I would have liked to see more of him because I saw bits of him when he was at Plymouth that I liked. And there were bits that I thought, okay, there's something we could do here. But we just didn't see enough. And I don't know if it was down to injuries or what. But there was a lot of things we didn't really do right with it, if that makes sense. We'll get a lot of money over there, to be fair. You're a Plymouth fan, so I have got something for you then, mate. Hang on. That's not it. Stop. Can't play that anyway.
Green or red?
There you go. I suspect Vardy has a queue of paintings after him. The quad roll at the best. I can see him go to Himmelay. True. Big hate. I take you don't enjoy I show speed then. Yeah. Why did I think that was that? I need to redo my soundboard. It's all over the place. So look, add him to the long list of weird signing along with Darryl Lattman. Yep. He's on that list, did he? He's on that list of people where you go, okay, it is what it is. You're on that kind of list now. So I don't know. It's a weird one for me with that one because I thought there was signs that could have worked out really well, and sadly it didn't. We barely saw him for whatever reason. He didn't play. Was that 5? No, it's from the advert from many moons ago with Direct Line, I want to say. It's the Fast Show actor. Do you think Sisco was on a contract that if he played a certain number of games, we were eligible to buy him? Maybe. That's not a bad shout, John. Maybe. Something I hadn't even thought about. Maybe that is something I haven't thought about, but I generally don't know. Any further news on your manager, mate? Or is it what? It's what if based, mate. John, it's what if based. It's see what happens. We haven't got a clue. He's got the compo clause in his contract, basically, right? So there is a clause in his contract. They have to pay a certain amount. If they pay that certain amount, they can have him. So whoever wants to dump up the money, they can have him. Now, I believe it's... So I'm a little bit like with it. Any Cardiff players? There is actually a couple of tech. Especially Cardiff going down wasn't really a shock. I'll be brutally honest. Cardiff going down, I think it's been on the card for a while. They've kind of done, no disrespect to John in the chat, but they have kind of done the Birmingham like last season. Like Birmingham last season was interesting with that. Hey, Goose Creative, how did you get on with the artwork kind of thing? Cardiff are in for a proper shot next season. Who else do you reckon go down? I reckon it's Plymouth. Sorry, I show feed. I hate I show feed. It's Plymouth and Hull or Preston. And I'm saying Preston because they've got Bristol City. And Bristol City will want a win to cement that playoff spot. So yeah. Over 20k views. That's not bad, mate. I reckon Preston for me on final day. I think it's difficult, yeah. I think Preston's one is the hardest out of the lot. Like the last matches in that bottom half of the table is as followed. Your final games are this. Once I can find it, because my phone, my computer's been weird. No, championship games. That Preston game to half. Preston going down will be crazy because I swear in January they were near us. I think they were actually, mate. I think they were very close to us. They just had a terrible drop off. So last games of the season down at the bottom are West Brom Luton, Derby County Stoke, Portsmouth Hull, Bristol City Preston, Plymouth Leeds. And we don't do the Cardiff goal because no point because Cardiff are already safe. No fun talking for we have more money. They'll have more money than. Not if they go on a free, Tom. Not if they go on a free. There's no point. I don't want to go all negative. Like we should be talking about having a solid season insane. I want that Emil Reese from Preston. If they go down, he's on a free in the summer. I want that Emil Reese. He looks decent. I think we should be positive of where we ended up this season, Tom. And we always say we've got no money, and then we always manage to do a transfer window. So it's rather interesting. Or Hull could be lucky like we were last season, and every bugger wins on the last day. True. Couple of decent Preston players that could. Yep, I want that Richard Curve, but I don't think he would come to it. No, I don't think he would. Danny told the club he's off, but nobody had paid Compo, so he must have agreed to terminate the contract. No Compo then. I don't know how he'll be able to do that. If he's agreed to terminate the contract, he's got to pay himself out of his deal. Let's just see what's happened. I do not want to go speculating on it, because the problem is, if he had been tapped up, if he done what Swansea did when Southampton did when they went for Swansea then took Southampton to court. Southampton then had to pay up anyway. Reece and Vardy up from, Reece will be brilliant. Got a couple of goals this season. He's out of contract. He is true. Not sure you would have the coin for him, Eddie. What about Jordan Dorey? I don't think we'd have coin for him either. I don't think we anyone who go down, especially like a Jordan Dorey. Yeah, I think we struggle. I genuinely think we struggle with that one. Just because of price. Wickham rejected 7 million Jan. Not sure he's worth that personally. I don't think he's either. I think they're dumb for rejecting that, to be fair. 7 million, I would have snapped your hands off. Really. Let's have a look. And Wickham have gone from being in a good position, maybe being up there where Wrexham are, to now having to do playoffs. Apologies, mate. Didn't want to come across next. No, I get your point. I get it. I had the opposite beating him. I think if we take away, Tom, the off-field antics and you look about what's happened on the pitch in terms of it and the table, we've had a good season. Like, generally, if we actually look at it, we've had a very good season this season to get mid-table, where I said I think we should have been. The problem is that everything off the pitch and everything with the manager had tainted it all. Everything's been tainted because we don't know what's going on. Let's wait for the season to see what happened. We have one more game, and don't know about you, but I want 6 versus Watford for revenge. Yep, I agree. Let's pay Vardy and Charlotte Buttons. He'd love to come here. True. I don't know how he didn't win, mate. I tell you, Puka, he's going to Birmingham. He's going for Birmingham. I think Birmingham's already got that sealed up and done. John's in the chat. He should know a bit more than I do about it, but I think he's going to Birmingham. Someone said we should have got him in the summer and in January, but the problem is he had an injury in January, so we wouldn't have been able to use him, sadly. Congratulations to Donny as well. Donny has gone up. Congratulations to Darren Moore, Port Vale as well. Port Vale going up is fantastic. He won't get 30k. We were up by, but I'm told it's a done deal weeks ago. There you go. When the season finishes, I'm not going to think about what's happened off the pitch. Just going to look at the table and think that's a great season. Yeah, I think that's the thing. That's the thing for me. We should be doing that. We should be all sat here going, right, we're planning for next season. We're going to be in the same division next season. We got mid-table from where we were and go from there. Oh, yeah, sure, we've achieved a decent down. Just concerned about how the core of the squad had been broken and concerned with weight leaves of the team and how much it was Danny. True, I get that. I do understand that, but it's gonna be difficult. It's going to be very difficult. Love Pookie for a while. You guys are very lucky, John. Unpopular opinion, but I'd had Darren. Everybody, I think a lot of people might have had Darren Moore back if we had the opportunity. Not while it's Chancery. That bridge had burnt a long time ago. He doesn't tend to go back if well, Darren. Thoughts on Palmer going to Port Vale? Nothing's concrete yet, Rail, for real gameplay. Until something's done, we know he's out of contract. It makes sense. He's worked with Darren before. going back to League One. He knows League One. He's good in League One. It all depends on how much does Palmer want to go keep playing, and does Palmer want to retire at Wednesday and go do his coaching stuff? It all depends. Rex next season for us, looking forward to that one. Bring on Deadpool. Yep. Gypsy Tom, not sure if it's the best move for a player. I'm not sure he will be the first choice next season. I think he'll have to play well and get inside. Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like a bit of a going for a bit of money. No, Farker's still at Leeds. He's not been fired. There's still talk about it, though. When Danny leaves, I will be upset, but because I've been going on about it for a long time, I won't be upset. Because I've been. I think with Danny, we've all been expecting it eventually. It's been one of those things that it's been coming, and we've just been waiting for that. Whoever comes and gets him, then we'll know how everything is. And I think it's been that situation when we go with it. No, I wouldn't. Won't be just them a few of our pensioners, yeah. And I think the thing is that we desperately, we need a rebuild. We need a big rebuild. The core of our squad is getting the wrong side of 30 now. And that's the thing. Our core of our squad is getting that wrong side of 30. They can do it, but at what point do we freshen it up? That's my thing. It needs to have a fresh up. Like, I think our average, I can have a look, actually. Let's have a look. We'll see what the average age of our squad is. But I think it's 27, 28. It's not great. Why transfer market playing up? And we said for a while we need to bring that age down. Yeah, our average age is about 28%. 17% of 60% foreigners. We have a quad size of 28. All right, let's have a look here. Go detailed. Just go to ages, date of birth. In League One, it was the oldest squad. Most of them are still here. True. Hope to see Cads and McNeil partnership. I agree. I've missed some chats there. Sorry. Give me a minute. We all cried at the over Danny. Now it's just when, not if. Now, yep. I have the utmost confidence he will break through. Although you've got some quality players. To be fair, Mason Clark, lower pocket, able to achieve it. Cov. Hope to see Cads and McNeil. I agree. I mean, in League One, we had the old squad there. We did. And would be my first realistic. Errol Reith, like. We don't need to rebuild so much of the revolution. It's a big ask right now. Yeah. Like, you go through. Let's just go from where our players are 30. Like, Harmer 37, Bannon 35, Marv is 34. Palmer will be 34 in September. Smith is 33. Armstrong 33. Whitway 32. Josh is 31. Jamal Lowe is 30. Pato 30. Chalobah 30. Iorfa will be 30 when he starts the season with us. The next player who's not 30 is Paul Valentine. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's about 10 players who are just potentially that wrong side of 30. And if you go to like the young side, Gassama, McNeil, 21, Olof, 23, Masaba, 24, and I think we should be putting, if there's an option on Masaba, I should be taking it at 24. You've got Svante at 26. He'll be 27 when the season starts. So, yeah, it's that whole thing. I'd take that. Mumba. I would take him. If more, who else signed the budget? I'm not sure. We will bet young players who have championship being considered to be our new right winger. Yeah, you got money to compete with parachute side. That changes the perspective. John. Wonder if any when player will end up at Burn. Never know. Kyra, I'm really bad at names. I'm not even going to try and say that. Anyway, lad, do you think DC family at the match on Saturday was a bit strange, especially when they'd never been to a game before? but in DC not being there. Yeah, I felt it was a bit odd. Like, Mark, I won't lie. I see them not turning up at Wembley, them not being at the playoff final, apart from playoff semi-final, apart from when it been Danny and his immediate family, so his kids and his missus. So it's a bit weird. I think timing of then on Monday morning we have a story saying they've been a big rejected for the club. There's a bit of me that's too coincidental for me personally. My kind of thing. I think it's too much coincidental. A player striking at sea, Zach Gormall and Ubbo, and the atmosphere will be amazing while I'm running around like a nut idiot. Yep. If we ran, like I say, to have a chucking roll competition, play from Musser, but keep it on the cheap and stick with Pedersen. I don't think Pedersen's a bad idea. It keeps the continue with the people who are there. In that sense, it makes sense. But I do get what you're saying. It would be a good start. But again, you look at what he's done at Plymouth. It's great, but it's his first season. Then we go into the same thing we've done with Danny. Also, we might get him to go. When Chancery family turned up on Saturday, one of them is a doubt. No, wrong, Liam. One of them used to be a part of Reading. He wasn't anymore. He hasn't been part of Reading for a while. He's friends with DC. So I don't read too much into that one. How about Cameron from Card? 12 goals. That's not a bad shout. Just as you were reading my comment, I fecked off. I had to cheers YouTube, you complete poor bags. I think the fact that the business brains of the family tells you all we need to know. Really don't want players that like a bit more championship pedigree. I get wanting championship pedigree, and I understand that, and that makes a lot of sense. But if you're going to be having to go from a set of players who've been used to it, the problem is if you go with someone completely new and completely fresh ideas, if Danny is going at the end of the season, this needs to be all done or someone agreed and ready to take over ASAP. We can't have 3 weeks of pissing about waiting for someone. We can't have it where it's like, oh, well, we're going to sign these players up on new deals, but the manager might not want them. Like if you look at that, if you look at that engagement panel where we're talking about we sold players such and such. I get that, I understand that, but it's not as how he thinks it was. Would Danny, if he goes, not take him back? Not necessarily, Peter. There's a lot of talk that some of them might stay. You got to remember, like a Pedersen brought his family over and they settled. Not necessarily. If Danny went, I think the person who would go for me would be Sasha Lentz. Sasha Lentz is the one that would go out of all of them. Maybe Sal Babbo, but I think the ref might actually stay. Could get Story. I don't think we could get Story back from Preston. It cost too much money. They wanted it. I bet his family loved it. But thought it was a right good shout. How can DC claim there's a pot of money when we get to the Prem, but yet couldn't pay month wages? Agree. Who do we have left up front if we lose Smith and Winder? Yeah, but Simon, it's all right saying, oh, we'll only have Ugbo. Ugbo didn't have a bloody preseason. That's the thing. He didn't have a preseason. I think when you don't have a preseason, it's difficult. We do have people. I do worry as I seem to buy have been let out transfer, but okay, at least it'll see. The whole we've seen at the playing side is because we don't have quality to play the Red Bull style unless we're going to heavily invest in the summer. I would like it's just going to be cracks. True. But it could be a different style of football, Tom. Again, it could be a completely different style of football if we're getting someone different. Apparently, in January, Pedersen didn't want to go to Southampton with Danny. See, there you go. What story do you want to say? Chancellor will bugger about all summer by appointing a new man and we'll end up with Rooney. Better not end up with Rooney. I do not want Rooney at the club. No way. Norwich have let go some players today. Have they? See, this is the thing. People have been let go already by clubs, and we're going to wait until last game of the season. Angus Gunn. Angus Gunn makes sense. He barely played. Other than our pre-season with Wolf when he signed on loan, but but Adam, he was playing week in, week out for Cardiff. He had a pre-season with Cardiff. He was playing week in, week out. He signed in January. He was already playing. He was already up and going. You then go from an entire pre-season where you haven't done any general matches because his club he was at were going bust. He didn't have any minutes. He had no minutes. So how can you compare it? You can't compare the two. He had a pre-season at Cardiff. He was playing week in, week out at Cardiff. He came into it with nothing. Like zero. He was doing a bit of his pre-season at the City Academy, and that was it. On his own. That's the difference. You can't compare the two. That's why I want something different rather than Pedersen. I imagine he will want to play the same style. I'd go Beale if DC doesn't sell, or Cooper is a dream option with a takeover. Maybe. What was the name someone said to me today? There was a name someone said. I can't remember what it was. There was a name someone said. And I just can't remember for the life of me who it was. There was a young manager someone said to me today, and I can't remember it. He's on about managers, mate. He's on about Steve Cooper. Ex-Nottingham Forest, Leicester. Mark Hughes, no. I quite like the idea of having Sissoko on permanent from a little we've seen him. I can see potential. True. No, it wasn't Will Still. It was someone. I can't remember. It was not Cloughers. Apparently, he might be going to Norwich. Luke Williams, no. And I can't remember if he didn't work or not. Who was it? I can't remember if he's foreign or not. Hang on. Someone said it to me. I get you. I can't remember who it was. It was someone. I can't remember who it was. God, I've really caught the sun today. Jesus Christ. Let me see if I can find it. Asking who we have. Kaz, McNeil, Pato, Gas. We might not have Mr. You can take Masaba out of that. He's out of contract, mate. Potentially no on that one. It depends if he stays. That all depends if Masaba stays. If he doesn't, if Masaba goes, you've only got Cav, McNeil, Pato. Pato's out of contract as well. Pato and Masaba are out of contract. So Cav, McNeil, Gas. That's your top lineup. That's it. That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout. Gary O'Neill? Maybe. I know somebody wanted him a couple of months ago when we were looking original. Gary O'Neill. Steve Brackenmoney, when Danny goes, at least it would be fun to see. Yeah. I'm hoping he got a option. Yeah, I think Ideal will be good. Richie Wellens at Late Orient. Not done too badly. I'm just having a look at... I'm actually just looking at who that of work. Chris Houghton. Damien Duff. It was Damien Duff. Barry. It was Damien Duff. Thank you, mate. You remind me. It was Damien Duff. It will be a big Rick. It will be your... kind of Danny Rick. I don't want Big Sam because there's a troll on my channel. Yeah. Where's our favourite guy? Yeah, he can't do it anymore because he got really on my nerves. Russell Martin, don't know if he... Russell Martin only works if you can have a bit of a say and stuff, and that will be interesting. Be interesting if we play the team. Be interesting if we play the team Danny signed for. See, I kind of want him to go to Red Bull. I kind of want him to go to Red Bull so we don't have to play him. And the part of me that thinks that he does go to Red Bull because he goes home. I've always liked the idea of signing players who are bossing it in unknown leagues like Brentford. Yeah, I agree. I love how he mentions us all the time, Steve Bracknell. Yep. Russell Martin would be superb if we have money. If we have money, yeah. That's the thing. If we have money. Well, our favourite guy picks it. Yeah, you can't. Bracknell mentioned when they will bring new eyes to the club. True. Bring back David Pleat. Russell Martin style football only work for a good team, so won't be anywhere near us. The talk about him potentially going to Norwich, but the problem with him going to Norwich is I don't know how burnt bridges are there. Start a GoFundMe. Yeah, can you imagine that? Can you imagine if we started a GoFundMe with that? We'll buy them. Big Rom, only feels like reckon is we'll want players who can pass and can have 1,000 passes a game. True. True. Bloody hell, Star Wars. Russell Martin. Thing is, I'm a bit unsure with it all. Now, I'm not a big fan of having manager back. And he's actually doing quite well at Braga. He's doing really well at Braga. I just don't like having manager back. What about the... Maybe. I'd say Tony Rowe is a maybe. I don't think he will work under DC again. I don't think they had a bad... You know what? I don't think they had a bad relationship, to be fair, Carlos and that had a pretty decent relationship. I don't think it was bad of people. Darren Moore's doing a crack. Darren Moore's done an amazing job at Port Vale. But again, he's a very, very good manager. And I think a lot of us were gutted that he didn't get given the try. I love to have seen him get given a try in the Championship because I think he deserved it, but he got sacked, and it's officially he got sacked now. Alan Biggs have made that official, but a manager gets you up from League One and then don't give him a chance. Reason Moore failed was because he didn't have a transfer window. Great. Wouldn't be surprised if it was Michael Duff. Yeah, I could see it being Michael. I wouldn't mind it being Michael Duff, but he would need to have a lot of help. And I don't know how much help we will be able to give him. But then he's having to bring his own stuff. The thing with having Danny had the situation where he had lots of people he could rely on and use. Oh, nice. Clarkson Farm Season 4 is out on May 21st. Nice. QPR manager, not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout, but I think he's probably going to be going to Norwich. So, yeah, not a bad shout. I didn't have Warnock. But I don't know. It's I'm a bit... On it all, I'm a little bit like... I don't know. And also, can we just say happy birthday to Danny Wall today? It's his 36th birthday today. Took him till midday to do it. Clarkson Farm, watch on. But no, I'm in that situation where what'll be will be. I've hit the kind of are we going kind of thing. I'm waiting for the announcement whenever it does happen. Chelsea, I wouldn't have bet to pay Compo for manager. He did spend 500k on What you on about, Alex? He paid compo for Darren Moore. Alex, he spent money on Darren Moore. No, just no. When do you think that? BXC Minty. We're gonna have words later as well. I found something out. I don't know. It might be right after the game. It might not be. I'll see. Jared won't have Gerard. He won't come anyway. What about Plymouth manager? I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind the Plymouth manager. Some people have said about it. They could pick some better pictures for the happy birthday, Danny Rob. Yeah, they could have done, couldn't they? I think they were still in London. Let's see. Someone said Sean Dyche on one of my videos, and it's not a bad shout. But I don't know how much money you might need. The thing is, after Everton, maybe he needs a bit more of a challenge. Maybe he needs to go down a rung again and go again. Sean Dyche wouldn't be a bad appointment. Guys, I got a notification from a transfer app saying Vardy has been declared a transfer into Wednesday or for another. No, not true. You wouldn't get anything like that, mate. He's still in contract. He's still got a game to play. So for Real Gaming, if you're on Twitter, send me a thingy. I think Southampton and Leicester will wait another 29 days for your combo to be reduced. Yep. Dyche only come for a takeover. Do you reckon Turkey will be looking? Maybe, mate. Maybe. Tony Murray will be a good option. Yep. I love Dyche, even though he does bad. He's funny. True. Sean Dyche will get up buying and selling. Might actually make the club some money. Exactly. At a new manager. Yeah. No, I wouldn't take Paolo Di Canio. I'll try it and get it. It's on Twitter. It's on Twitter. Have a look. On Twitter. I did see. Have a look. Liverpool. Let's have a look. By the way, there's an XL first shirt for sale on eBay. Currently 26 quid. No, not on Twitter. Oh, I'll try and send it. I'll get you, mate. Get you. Well, you know what it is. It's the usual Puncture 41. Paul Carboni on Carboni. Imagine you here on touchline over my kicking careers. Yeah, it's been sent. I've been sent it on a link through Facebook. Try and send it me via Twitter, and I'll see. I'll have a look at it, mate. Not Hypo Vardy. I felt Hardy. Let's have a look. I've been saying, sorry, I have just come on the live. What the Vardy news? It's not really Vardy news, mate. Vardy basically said he wants to still play in the Premier League team. That's why I don't think he's coming. Is that it? That's a Wolves account saying he could go to Wolves. I'll be honest with you, Vardy will be a huge take. Vardy will wait up a surprise free transfer for him. A lot of stuff about Wolves. Peter O'Rourke, Wolves are waiting up a free transfer for Vardy. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Wolves will make a good shout. Ian and Luke, how you doing, mate? Southampton already interviewing Manny, but still have a role as number one target, not making sense to me. I think he's off to Germany. See, I think he's off to Germany. I think he's going to Red Bull, Alex. Because I saw earlier today that Southampton were interviewing managers. And if they've already decided to go for Danny, Why would you be interviewing managers already? I think he'd go into Red Bull. That's what I genuinely think. Because I saw they were looking at a Man United person. I think Red Bull are going after Danny. Walter Selkin said Simon. That is proper good business when you think about it as well, yeah. Barry, I didn't even think of it like that. That is proper good business. We should catch up at some point. Yeah, we should, mate. And how was your Wembley trip? I don't want to bring it in too much and I don't want to rub it in, but you were unlucky. You had a good chance in that to get it. 66 people watching, 20 likes. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. Danny agrees Red Bull, but they'll send him to Leeds as a feeder club. No. Leeds. Right. The thing that Red Bull have with Leeds, Red Bull only have a 10% stake. That is it. All they have is a 10% stake. That's it. They don't have much voting stuff. They don't have anything else. All it is investment. I don't think they send him to Leeds. I don't think it's that kind of relationship. I saw Red Bull considering Seth Fazakav. Seth Fazakav might be thingy though. Because he's a bigger name. I think they should go with Danny. Sod the big name, go with Danny. Wembley was amazing. Honest, enjoy the ride. I'm happy to be where we are. Had a chance. Just want our day. True. Vardy might go to Forest as it's only down there for Leicester. Plus, they have at European football. True. I don't know. But I don't think he'd do that to. I don't think he'd do that to Leicester City because the rivals. I feel like Southampton covering their backs so they up just so they don't get sued for tapping up. Possibly, Tom. Possibly. Rob Edwards is a good shout. That is a good shout. I don't mind Rob Edwards. That's a very good shout. I think he did very well at Luton with not much cash as well when he went in there. So Rob Edwards is an excellent shout. Careful with that in our parish, Luke. But I get what you're saying. But yeah, it's an interesting. Luke Williams, Robert. Someone who apparently we looked at before Danny came in. But with managers want to come on. Managers will come in if they're desperate, mate. I'll be honest with you. Managers will come in if they want to get back into work. They could just use it as another stepping stone like Danny did. Or Danny had done to a point. That's not fair. Danny's not used as a stepping stone, but it has helped. Because if it had gone badly for Danny, right? If it had gone badly for Danny, we will be talking about how good he is and how we want him to stay. It'll be like, well, it didn't work. Send on my match review if we were well run. Look at John Messina. Yeah, I agree. I remember you saying that. I will take him. Vardy should just retire and enjoy him. He still wants to play, Jez. I love it if Jamie Vardy came to us, living Leicester, married to a Leicester fan, and went to tell her I can't wait to play Leicester next season. Oh, that'd be fun in your household again. But yeah, I'm going to end it there. I've been going for about an hour and 5. I'm going to go have a chill and rest. But whatever happens in the summer, it's going to happen. It's going to be a busy one for me. I've already kind of worked out that I'm going to be busy as anything. The Friday scenes at the races rather than past it. Cheers, mate. No way, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy it. There'll be video during the week. Keep an eye out. I might do a random live as well. I thought you were streaming tonight, Worko, anyway. But have a good one, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.